You're listening to Echoes of the Hollow, where forgotten myths breathe and shadows speak. Tonight, we walk beneath the blistering stars of ancient Egypt into the tomb of a forgotten scribe whose ink still bleeds. A tale not of treasure, but of memory twisted and cursed. So dim your lights, draw your covers close, and let the hollow speak.
Noon days, 1924, Cairo. The city hummed with heat and the scent of dust and jasmine. Dr. Lucien Harrow sat alone in his study, a half-finished scotch in one hand and an untouched journal in the other. A knock broke the silence. A boy, barefoot and mute, offered a letter sealed with crimson wax. No return address, just a glyph of Seshat, the goddess of writing and forgotten memory. Lucien opened it. Inside, a map and one line of text written in ancient Demotic. The ink still bleeds. He should have burned it. Instead, he packed his bag. 3 days later, Lucien stood beneath the noonday sun in the Valley of the Kings. The locals avoided him. His guide refused to descend into the sands beyond a collapsed obelisk, half swallowed by dunes. "This place, not on any map," the guide whispered before fleeing. Lucien descended alone. The obelisk shimmered faintly, its hieroglyphs shifting in the heat. Beneath it lay a stone door, unmarked, yet warm. He pressed his palm to it. The stone hissed open. Inside, silence, deeper than any tomb he'd known. The passageways narrowed, dust caked the walls, but there was no decay, no cobwebs, only ink. The walls were covered with writing, hundreds of thousands of lines, looping endlessly, not etched, not painted, written, and still wet. At the tunnel's end stood a black vault, smooth, circular, marked with the eye of Seshat. Lucien dared to touch it. It opened. Inside lay a sarcophagus, open, empty, except for a single scroll, still warm. Whisper. Lucien should have turned back, but he read it. The scroll began with his name, then his childhood, his failed marriage, the mole behind his left ear, then tomorrow, and the day after. The script ended mid-sentence, just before the moment he looked up. Something was in the tomb with him. The walls were bleeding. Not red, but black. Ink oozed from the glyphs, trailing down like tears. The air thickened. The torch dimmed. Then, a voice. "I remember you." Lucien ran. The tunnels twisted, unfamiliar now. Every turn led back to the vault. Every path echoed with the sound of writing, quills scratching parchment. He woke in his tent, the scroll clutched to his chest. It had followed him. Back in Cairo, Lucien burned the scroll. It didn't burn. He drowned it. It floated. He locked it in a lead box. Still, each night, he dreamed of the tomb, of endless lines of ink crawling over his skin. One morning, he awoke with ancient script etched across his back. No ink, no wounds, just language. It read, "I write what must be remembered." Lucien brought the scroll to the British Museum. Unmarked, unlabeled. They filed it in a forgotten drawer. Weeks later, a curator went mad. claimed the manuscripts were writing themselves. Another swore she heard voices from the papyrus archives, whispers reciting names of the dead. Some began to write obsessively in forgotten languages. Lucien watched from afar. The ink was spreading. In 1932, Lucien vanished, last seen by the Nile, muttering, "He wrote me out. I am not real." The scroll is still there, still warm, still wet, and sometimes new lines appear. If you hear scratching tonight, it may not be the wind. Someone is writing, and they may be writing you next. Thank you for drifting into the hollow. If you see ink where there should be none, close your eyes, forget your name, and remember, like and subscribe for more forgotten truths and creeping shadows. Echoes of the Hollow will find you again. Good night.